Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome. It's me, Wingish Nibang Majeki Clay. Yo, sweet ass water medicine woman, friendly free ass medicine woman with the whacked out hair like that. Woo, love it. Love it when it goes all out like that, right? Right, then the light will hit it. It looks like my halo. Weirdo. Yeah. Also, Christianna and Chrissy Collar, superstar. All this beautiful divine being right here. Welcome, you beautiful divine beings. Right here, too. We're all here. Thanks. Glad to see you. I'm glad to feel you. Thank you. I'm swinging. No, I had a great day yesterday. Thanks. Yeah. Of course, it was, yes. It was stress. It was good. It was okay. It was okay. Feeling good. Feeling good. Feeling good today. Oh, yeah. Right. Okay. Right. Fake it till you make it. Or maybe. I don't know. So it's all Tuesdays. How's it going for you there today? Huh? Hey. Yeah. I got some things I still got to take care of today. So I'll do that. I figured I'd pop in here first. Right. Playing with my medicine woman tarot. Let's do both. We'll do this with excuse me. I hope you don't hear that fan going. Let me see. We're going to turn that off and see. I got my mic. My mic's right here. Look at that. Little pot. Thank you all. Love it. Get that honking laugh on I was watching when I got to get up and sing. Oh my goodness. Looks like I'm sniffing my armpit. I was so excited. That's just so... Man, it took me a while to calm down from that too, man. I'm so excitable. And that's hard these days. Because, it's not just the stress. Even the excitement really hurts my body. So it's like I gotta limit myself there too. Right? That's okay. That's okay. I'm learning to adapt in this body, and that's okay. Feeling support. I got some great news yesterday too, so that's good. It was like the way created. Okay, I love that one. It's like a little angel in our heart there. You see that? Oh my goodness. Anyways. Yeah, so I got some really exciting news yesterday too. So, Creator keeps a balance. That's when I say that they won't let me go down into desperate depression, because there's always something that says, hey, yeah, right, that might suck, but look here. Oh my goodness, look here. So if I keep staring here, I'm not looking at this. So I see, and I recognize those blessings in my life. And I'm so grateful. Because if I didn't, right, I'm a human being. I'd be falling apart. I would have been locked up somewhere by now, because that gaslighting really worked. Had me doubt myself more than I ever had my whole life. Not trusting my intuition. Always over-explaining myself. Because when you go through these things, you have to explain yourself, or that brings more abuse on you, right? Every little thing you do, I had to explain every freaking blink or whatever, because that was interpreted as whatever they wanted to interpret it as, right? And speaking in general, everybody goes through things like this, right? If you're starting to take things that I take personally, I think that's something in you. It is, because I'm not talking about anybody, because we've all gone through these experiences. I'm just sharing that I've gone through experiences too. So if you're one that hurt me, and you're feeling defensive or whatever, look at you. That's not me, because I'm not calling your name. So if you think I'm talking about you, why do you think I'm talking about you? Okay? So I'm talking in general. Man, because I lived a lot of life in these 45 years. And I really wanted to go fast. Now this got me slow down. Right? So anyway, I want to put that out there. And if anybody's speaking in general terms, or they're upset or whatever, they're posting something on Facebook, take back, sit back and retreat. If you're thinking that's about you, why do you think automatically they're speaking about you? Why are you taking something somebody says personally? Why are you making it about you? Is that what you're doing? I don't know. We're all responsible to do that for ourselves. I need to look at that too. You know, I like that. Jordan Peters says, as soon as we kind of, we identify as the victim, we go looking for, like, the perpetrator, right? And then that justifies us for, you hurt me, therefore I can hurt you, right? Eye for an eye, and, right? How does that work? Everybody's fighting. Where do we get? Everybody's shouting. Who's doing the listening, right? Everybody's trying to push their point out there, control others, not controlling themselves. Because why? Why do you keep busying yourselves? What is it that you don't want to sit and recognize? What is the feelings you don't want to feel? That anytime they keep coming up, you push them away, right? You ever tried to hold a beach ball under the water? Again, not my, but hey, I like how that one puts that visual in your head. Put that beach ball under the water. That's like your emotions. You can't hold a beach ball under the water, full blown, big up, you know, and drain it out. Sure, you'll put that in there. Okay, right? Okay, let's not get sticky. Carbs. Right? Yeah, no. Try to push that. It's going to come up, and you know what? If we don't feel, it's going to come up at the most inconvenient times, right? Because we're not choosing and allowing that to flow. We're blocking it. Well, it's going to find its way out, some way, somehow. It will, because feelings are meant to be felt. Right. Okay, let's call in all of our directions for today. East, path of illumination and clarity, place of fire, place of man. All of our energies from the south, that's the waters, the childhood, place of innocence, the emotions. Calling back all of our energies from the west, the earth, the physical, place of introspection, the woman. And all of our energies from the north we call back to us. That's our wisdom years, the air, the mental. And we walk the red road, our earth walk. Where do we go? We learn, right? It's time to go, but we have to learn when to retreat too and take care of ourselves, right? Go, but we also have to learn to rest. We need to teach our children how to refuel those bodies and rest those bodies. I like to tell mine, you do most of your growing when you're sleeping, which is actually true. But it also helps because kids want to grow and get bigger, right? Right? Little trick. Get them into bed. That's the truth. That's protection. Hopefully, as we get up into our wisdom years, we learn who we are. We are all connected directly to Source, okay? It is not man that governs us. Well, kind of does. Or control us. Man doesn't control us. God does. We gave us free will because it's not to control us. It's for us to choose for ourselves, right? It's like when we watch our children. We don't want to impose that on there. They're going to teach us lessons anyway. We got to look for teachable moments, and I'm sure God does the same thing. If we look at it as Father God and Mother Earth, these are our parents. We need to listen to them, right? East Shield. From the east to the west is the blue road of spirit, the illumination and the clarity, so we can get in touch with that source inside on our own, because it's still all part of us, right? It's watching us. It doesn't want the worst for us. What parent wants the worst for their kids, right? And it's hard because, you know, you can see where they're going. And no. But they need to go. They need to fall. We learn how to pick ourselves up if we fall, right? We need to express ourselves, too. We learn self-expression in who we are. Who Creator made us to be. Our unique little fingerprint here on this earth, right? We need to connect with that. Above, below, and within. We express ourselves like I tell my children, right? You're half me, half your dad, but you're all you. We are expressing ourselves. We get to choose what we follow. Free will beings. It's one of our greatest gifts, right? Free will beings. And we need to give that to our children too. Them the free will. Not try and mold them and shape them. That is not our jobs, okay? Not to mold them and shape them. No. To guide them and to have safe boundaries for them to grow and, you know, shape and mold themselves, so to speak, right? Line themselves up with the way God made them. No, there's thoughts coming into my head too, because I'm just thinking this as parents, right? It's not control over us. And then that fear of God, fear of God or fear of man, because we will, what's that say, right? We always try to please what we fear or whatever. Because if we're fearing it, we're going to, because I'm afraid of man. Let me please man because I'm afraid of what man can do, right? But let's look at, okay, why are we so afraid of man? What about the one that created man, right? Yeah, but God never hurt us, so I'll be more afraid of man because, yeah, he's right here. It can hurt my physical body. Yeah? But we're not our physical bodies. I know. Anyways, what thoughts are coming through your head? This is just way to try for me to get focus, especially with what's going on with my kids too, right? Hope to instill them with the stuff to be able to think for themselves. Teach them to think for themselves, not what to think. Try not to teach my kids what to think, but teach them to think for themselves. See, I said try not to, right? Because I do have these habits that I'm trying to change and these cycles trying to change. Just go say this, trying to let them find their own words and say things in their own ways and express themselves as they see who they are, right? And who they want to be. We all get to choose. We all get to choose. I love that too. Hurt people, hurt people. Well, it's a choice. Abuse is a choice. So if we go through an abusive situation, we have that choice because we can empower ourselves, take our power back by not giving it to them, or we try to take power from others to try and take our power back. But that doesn't work, taking it from others, because that's not real. It has to come from within. So look at that in yourself. If you've gone through abuse and whatever, how are you handling that? Are you feeling like a victim and then now you can go back and hurt them or destroy a reputation? Whatever it is, whatever it is, whatever it is, whatever it is. I don't want to get too deep into that. But we all are responsible to look at that in ourselves. Are we being a hurt people that goes and hurts people as a way to bring our power back and to feel better about the hurt that we went through? Or are we facing it going, I'm going to turn this hindsight into foresight and, yeah, I'm going to take responsibility. I got into that victim energy. I'm no victim. What did I learn from that? What was that there to teach me? Right? What boundaries did I let be crossed? What red flags did I ignore? Whatever that is for you. Okay. Let's reflect. Let's reflect. We did the peace tree. We've done the morning star. And it's all about reflecting. I think there's kind of like a theme going on here. And this is kind of what I've been thinking about too. Well, we can all learn from these times. In isolation, abuse is amped up. There's abuse on the higher scale and how we've been abused, how the government has abused the people too, right? And it's in those smaller scales. We're all human beings. No matter what your title, where you are here, you're still a human being. We're all being human on this earth. President, queen, right? Superintendent, whatever. The garbage man. We're all being human here. All equal as human beings. All equal as human beings. All deserve everything to enjoy our lives as human beings here on this earth that we all share. All right. Okay, yeah, let's reflecting. We're reflecting. 1344 is when that came in. There we go. Self-reflecting, that self-expression. Because sometimes, if we're quiet, I like to say if they're talking about me, they're getting somebody else, right? So your self-expression isn't about your reputation. Even the way you express yourself, right? You can still, right? Because somebody might just look at you and see a bunch of tattoos and, but not go get the stories to see what that expression means. What's this art on you about, right? Why? What are you trying to express with that? And that's okay for everybody, right? So it's not about judging. And a lot of us don't do that self-expression because we've been made to think that there's all these little boxes and we have to fit into a little box for us to fit into this world. That's not how it is, right? That's the trickster. We don't have to all be the same. We don't have to all believe the same things and do the same things, wear the same things. We got these trendy things and, do you do it? I only followed the trends that I liked, not because it was trendy. And sometimes, even if I liked it because it was trendy, I wouldn't do it because that's my little rebel. I'm not going to follow the crowd. My little rebel when I go to the movies, they put commercial in the movies. I'm not watching that. The commercial will come up on the screen. I close my eyes and plug my ears. That's my little... my little rebellious act. Yeah, you can't make me watch commercials. I'm not falling for your subliminal stuff. I'll buy popcorn when I want to buy popcorn, not when you do a little quick flash on it. Right? And I have. And that was one thing I love. My mom said I always had my own unique style. It was beautiful. So I do. I have my own unique style. And I can laugh at myself. And we need to have that ability to laugh at ourselves. And going, yeah, of course I can see how you would get that from me looking like this, right? And look at, sometimes we put on these things, like maybe we go with these piercings and stuff like that or something because others might find that scary and that's it. This is our blocker. So if I look scary, they're not going to be, you know, like for me, I get around the guys and whatever, be talking, like I would get, you know, mistaken like I'm some sort of butch or whatever. So, I'm out and around certain people. I put on this, like, don't mess with me. But I'm just this little ooey gooey, very fragile little thing here. Okay. And I've had to admit that. I put on that front with that strength. And, that's where my strength is. It's physical strength. But I discovered another strength in me. And that's my vulnerability. And it's pretty powerful. And it's taken to where someone's going to like, oh, then they just feel sorry and pity for you and look at you like you're weak and vulnerable. But vulnerability is not a weakness. That is such a strength, right? It takes a strength. Like guys think that it's not, whoa, it's not cool, don't cry. Well, I think it would take great strength and courage for a man to cry because they get a lashback. Oh, you sissy or whatever. So I don't think it's tough to be able to hold back your tears. I think it shows bravery and courage for you to share those tears, your most vulnerable moments, right? So don't trick ourselves to think that when we cry or whatever, that's a weakness. There's strength and vulnerabilities in expressing yourself. But we have that fear. So get over yourself, as my friend Margaret would say. Mrs. Maggie. From Maggie's Jazz Pit, my old theater. Oh, Miss Margaret Matt. Love her. Miss her, she don't BC now, but that's what she would say. Get over yourself. Oh, get over yourself. Put it all out there, my friends. Express yourself, You never know who needs that light. That be you, right? How are they going to find you if you don't shine that out too, right? Whether they find you or just find that light that helps to ignite something in them. They'll never get it if we don't put it out there. Put it out there, my friends. This is the action. That's the action. That's what they're saying. Get it on out there, my friends. The East is shield. You get that illumination and clarity. There we go. We do need to express yourself. Who are you? We're tapping in. We're doing that inner work because that's all we can do. We can't control anybody else. We can only control ourselves. That's where I got hypervigilant and controlling myself. I can't control anybody else. I can only control me. And I've worked really hard my whole life in controlling me. Being fully in self-control. So it's really hard when I go off and I'm not in full control of myself because my body has gone off. Signals aren't getting through, so I don't have that ability anymore. But there's an end. Right? Because it's tapping into that life force, getting that clarity and tapping into that life force. Where does that come from? What animates us? So if we can disconnect from our source, what are we doing? We're leaving ourselves open to illness and sickness and all of that because we've disconnected from our source of life. Right? Yep, we need water and all that to sustain us, but our spirit is connected there. So if we try to disconnect that spirit, right? What's that for you? Dolphin breath. So, that action, connect with source, bring yourself in centered, and hey, creator, what did you make me to do on this earth? Right? What's my purpose? So never mind, you want to connect with source, whatever, you want to find that within yourself, then that's it today. Get that clarity, illumination and clarity, right? That life force. What makes you feel alive, right? Whether it's when I'm dressing and expressing myself this way, when I'm doing my art. Hey, Hey, maybe you like numbers, right? And you get into accounting or whatever it is, that passion, right? What is that for you? Get in touch and do a little bit of that today. Keep breathing. And don't fool yourself, right? There might be many out there. Oh, why? You know, there's lots of artists. I'm not going to go pick up who's going to buy my paintings. Oh, who's going to sing? Who's going to buy my records? Or who's going to even be interested in my life story? You never know till you put it out there. You never know who you're going to help unless you put it out there. But if you never do, geez, there's that one waiting for you to put that out because they need that from you. Maybe. How do we know for sure? But it won't get there. What if God's trying to work through us because this person really needs that support to hear that somebody else went through that too? Or whatever that is. Whatever that is, right? That's the action and focus. Take that action and then expressing yourself and how can that help and bring illumination and clarity maybe to somebody else, right? But once we find that within ourselves, we can't bring it to them, right? We might say something and we highlight because then we can shine a light on something for them. We don't know what it is. These are all inside jobs. We don't know for somebody else. So that's our job to get inside that illumination and clarity, that it's about us and our self-expression, right? Not all about us because we're all connected. So we don't want to be in that selfishness, right? Because we do need others. We do need each other. So, okay, let's see what that, let's see what that means, that overall thing there, that connection to ourselves to help others, not tricking ourselves that we need to all be the same, right? Or that, you know, what that self-expression means. And when we tap into those new abilities, are they renewed abilities, right? The ability to tap into your life force, well, I didn't know that. I can tap into it myself. What are these abilities? And we act on those and develop those, right? Turn them into skills and talents, and then the gifts that we share with others, right? It's that deep dive and self-reflection, because heron goes right down to the bottom and get those fish right down into the mud. It doesn't stay up on the surface. So we need to go deep down and clear out all those feelings there, all the ways that we fooled ourselves, all the ways that we felt that we don't fit in, all the ways that we tried, you know, as a swan to be a duck, or as a duck to go be a swan, and like, how come I don't got this beautiful long neck? I feel like an ugly swan. Let's turn it around. Reframe. We do that deep dive and we discover those abilities in us, or things that we've always loved, been afraid to put out there. For me, right, the music, because I love that so much, and a passion. I kind of protected that passion and kind of kept that for myself, afraid somebody would criticize me, because it did happen. Times I tried to let it out before, so then I'm just going to bring it in here, you know. I'll enjoy my voice on my own, right? Or my writing or whatever that is. But if somebody needs that, how are they going to hear that? Those people that put out those things that help me, how would I have been helped by that if they had never put that out there? You don't know who you're going to help just by being yourself. So the world is missing out on something if you are trying to be something other than what your creator made you to be, what you decide yourselves. Because do we make that contract before we come down? I don't know. As a free will, you get to choose for yourself what you believe in that. But it's a fact that we're all here for a purpose. We all belong here. We all deserve to be here. We all deserve all the joys and the happiness life has to offer, and all the beauty on this world. We all deserve that. A deep dive and find what's blocking you from opening up to receive that, right? What's stopping you from being yourself? You. Shh. It's you. Only you can stop you from being yourself. Free will. You can choose to be you and just express you, the fully holy divine being that you are. Look at that. Fours. You see the fours, the fives is a 9, the 10. Look at that, makes a 4. The 8s, whatever, if you're into the numbers. Well, okay. I want to do... I didn't want to get this long. Maybe I'm avoiding. I got to get outside the house. I kind of really don't want to. It's a really, 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 really fatigued day. Whew, and I had this weird heart flip thing, and I'm laying down and I'm getting lightheaded, but I was laying down. So how does that happen? Right? Viewpoints and options. I call my doctor, get the viewpoints and options. Look at that, right? We're transforming. There's a 6 and a 6. Because we're transforming. We're shedding those old skins of who we thought we would be. Remember, we're not our reputations. It's that character, okay? Because your reputation is based on the outside. Character comes from the inside. I love you, darling. Character comes from the inside. So we shed off everything of all those viewpoints of everybody, how everybody else sees us, right? We're doing that deep dive to get in touch with who we really are and expressing ourselves from that. Not because this is what somebody says we are, or this is how we have to be, because this is what somebody else said, because this is what they're choosing for us. Right? Like with their kids, right? Maybe we didn't have a choice when we were children. But as we get older, we realize we do have a choice. That's up to us. It's up to us what we're going to be. It's up to us what we choose. Are we going to carry on the abuse? Right? You see that hurt? And keep, well, that's the way it is. Keep carrying on. And we go, oh no, this hurt stops with me. You know, no more hurting. I'm going to be honest now about my feelings. I'm going to share what I need because I'm going to get in touch with what I need. And I am going to be responsible for expressing myself and let my vulnerabilities show, because there's power in those vulnerabilities, don't you know? Today was a fatigue day. Did I say that? And then cranking my neck this way is not very nice for me. I don't mind put those down there like that. Hey, you see those okay? And then I just want to throw some of these out there. It's a little bit longer today, but whatever. Right? I'm being guided by spirit, and I'm taking my time. Because I am Canadian. I'm a slow. I'm the pokey little puppy. That was one of my favorite stories. You guys remember that story? Pokey little puppy. I'm curious. I go slow, slow, slow. I spent the start of my life going fast, fast, fast. More than half of my life I spent going boom, ready for the next one. Okay, I understand that. Let's go. Next lesson, please. Okay. All of our directions coming back in here to get these all set up just like the last ones. All right, and then we'll just go till they, whoopsie, like till they pop out. Above, below, and within. So that one popped out on the above one. The end of struggle. We get to choose that. How much longer are we going to struggle? Are we going to make things bigger and worse than they are? Right? We're going to blow things out of proportion. We're looking at worst case scenarios instead of what we can do. We can keep looking at, oh, broken system. Oh my goodness, can't do it. But what are we going to do to change that? Okay, enough. We already recognize it. So now let's end the struggle. Let's end the struggle. We don't need to fight back and forth, because the ones that want to control want that fight, want us to struggle. Want us to go, oh, we need somebody to come in and take over for us, right? Because, hey, as parents, we can do that sometimes. We can go in and try and referee our kids, and that's not our job. Teach them how to referee themselves, because then it's kind of like, we got to go in and choose a side then. Who's right? And it's like we're picking between our kids. We don't want to go there. Teach them how to solve those conflicts on their own in a peaceful way. If we start with them young, that's how we can change that. And that struggle. And the struggle with your kids and the power and control here. The power struggles. You're the parent, right? The parent has the power, okay? And it's not power over the kids. The power to empower the kids, right? We have the power to empower them or teach them that somebody else needs to control them. It starts with us. I want to teach my kids to think for themselves and empower them so that others can't have power over them. They know they have that choice. That's just me. That's my choice with my kids. Okay. Well, there I said left. I was thinking left and right. 3. There we go. They all just spell out together. Do you want to do that? It's 3 all together, right? There we go. Left, right, center. So there's a women court. Form the emperor. Form order. Taking command for the good of all. This is what we need to do. The Emperor in that expression, right? There's another 4 going on there, taking command of your own self-expression and who you are, and not being fooled by, hey, this is who I am supposed to be because this is how others see me. No. So taking command, getting in touch with that Creator, and doing that self-expression of who you really are, right? And we can get that form and that order and that chaos by, hey, right? I built things up by, hey, it's a blend of what others see in me and what I see in myself. And when those match up and that's congruent, hey, right? I feel like I'm a kind, loving person. When others see that in me, that's congruent, right? Then I know I'm actually exuding that. But when people are trying to take control of you, even as much as you put that out there, so it's not you. So sometimes we got to fool ourselves too, right? Are we trying to make somebody to see who we are? Because we don't have to explain ourselves and say this is who we are. No, we take command by just being us and exuding that. We know who we are through our expression. It just kind of oozes out of us. That confidence, right? And in that, we don't need to scare people away from that, because that right there, when we stand tall in our confidence and in our empowering, there, we don't need any spikes or anything to keep people at our distance. That sets a boundary right there. Because you know what? A lot of people don't want to put in that work. If they want to abuse you and if it's too much work, no, they're going to move on to somebody that's got the weaker mind or whatever. I'm doing this because it's not about weaker mind. It's about, but still people pleasing. That's still looking for their encouragement from the outside, right? And haven't built that from within. And then that action that we take. Passing on the knowledge. So all we've learned, we pass on to our children, that wisdom that we've learned. And they see, because they're watching. You see, we're not set up in a classroom. The parent is doing it. The child is watching. And then the child will get that opportunity as the parent stands up and watch the child do that. And even if the child struggles. My son tied himself up in a little scarf there. And he says, oh no, now I can't get myself out. And I'm standing there watching him. I'm right there. Now you get yourself out. Right? You got to be able. If you're going to get yourself into a mess, you need to be able to get yourself out. Well, his other big brother was standing there, and I'm watching, and I'm not going to do it. And then he helps him out. I said, look it. Now, you're not in trouble, but Mom's taking a teachable moment here. You just overrid what Mom said. Do you know why I was telling him to get him out of that self? Does it make sense? Follow along. I said, the reason I'm standing back to watch you get out yourself, because what if you tie yourself up like that and there is nobody there to help you out? You need to be able to get yourself out of those situations you get yourself into, because there's going to come a time there isn't going to be anybody there. And what are you going to do? Because you've always depended on somebody else to come and get you out of the mess you got yourself into. And then my other boy, what are you sharing with your brother when the mother is standing there? So then are you helping him? You just interfered with Mom trying to teach him that independence and be able to get yourself out of that. Right? So this is how we pass on knowledge, letting them make their own mistakes, letting them get themselves out of situations they got themselves into. We're standing there. If you do need me, I am here, right? I can help you. There is the ways, right? But I really want them to be able to get themselves out of anything they got themselves into, because I appreciated being able to do that. I call myself responsibly irresponsible. So that's how we pass on that knowledge. The stones is the pentacles. It's that solid foundation, that material, right? So we give them a solid foundation, a place to plant their seeds and their roots and let that spread, right? It spreads. Okay. And then we had that center card. That's cool. They all came out together. I like that because helping me get quick through this. 3355 I just saw. Ace of Bowls, that offering of love. Because when you have that, you know who you are. Then you're truly able to give. To give with unconditional love, because you're not expecting anything back. You know you are constantly filled by Source. You're not looking to get your power back from other people. Right? You're not trying to have power over people to feel fulfilled, because you never will. You're getting filled from Spirit. So then you're able to offer. You're able to offer that love without any attachments, without any conditions. Because you know everybody's worthy of that, because you know you're fully loved how you are. Right? And you know who you are. You're expressing your true self. So then somebody's able to fall in love with your true self. right? And hopefully they're expressing their true self, so you're falling in love with their true selves, right? But if you're not going to allow yourself to be your true self, then who's falling in love with your true self? They're only falling in love with the reputation, with the whatever. And then when all that falls away, and it's just you, right? But be you, fully, holy, and true, right? And then we're not trying to force anything to happen. We're not trying to force somebody to be this, because we accept ourselves as we are. We know we're filled. And we can recognize when somebody else is doing that too. Right? Because we can recognize things when we've gone through it ourselves. It's more, kind of stands out more to us, right? When we can recognize that. Like I said, like we turn those hindsight's 20/20, right? We can turn that into that foresight. But really, it all begins with that self-expression. Because if we're not expressing our true selves, how are we going to fall in love with our true selves? Right? Makes sense to me. Does that make sense to you? All right, that's a long one today. Shall we look? Let me see this topic. Oh, look at that. That relating to the power. You're trying to get power over, or are you getting that power from inside? And that love, right? We all want that love. We all want to love and be loved and all that, right? So that manifests as we do that. As we connect to ourselves, we take command of who we are. We put out who we are. Our vulnerabilities. Oh my goodness, I'm just going to be me, and I'm doing it. Oh my gosh, I really, really want to sing, and I'm really, really scared to put myself out to sing, but oh gosh, thank you, God, for putting somebody out there that says, go do it, you can do it, right? So, sometimes we need a little boost from that outside, and we can ask Creator to send somebody in our path to do that, and they will. And sometimes those people will be aware that they're, being a messenger, they're doing a service for God to help you out, or sometimes they won't be. But it's there, and that comes. We don't have to look for it. When we keep desperately trying to make something happen, that just kind of confirms that we don't have it. When we look and we see that already, we're always constantly full. We're fully loved and supported, always, exactly just how we are. There's somebody there that will always be there. Spirit is always there. That's up to us to connect. And think of us as parents. They move out, they're all on their own, but we're still here. You can come back and see me. We just hope that they will. Anyways, wow, beautiful. It's all coming. Materialization, that love for yourself, your source, and yourself. How source made you. You beautiful, unique being. Like, wow, I'm so honored to be sharing this earth with all you original beautiful souls, all unique expressions of the divine. Oh, put it all out there, my friends. It's so exciting these times, right? We can call it stress, we can call it exciting, whatever. We know, right? Through this shit, there is a shift happening. Things are coming. There is going to be form. There is command, good for the all, because we're kind of like, we want that truth. And the people that are going to govern over us, they need to be the honest people, not the people that lie. They need to show how they're going to do a great job, not why this one isn't good for the job. Because then they're not doing their jobs. Focus on yourself. Be fully holy you, right? Okay, I'm just going to keep going on because this is just... Thank you, God. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, beautiful beings. You are so amazing. Biggest heart hugs ever. Oh, thank you for being you, shining your light through in everything you do, because you know it. Well, accept it. This world needs you. So put it all out there, my friends. Okay? Come on, somebody's missing out on what you got through your light, okay? Your light is going to shine something for them. Don't keep them waiting. Don't keep yourself waiting. Be you. Now's the time. Love you.